Welcome back, Action Pack football fans. Well, I got a box of 1994 retail. And how do I know it's retail? Because of this exclusive foot action card they put in here. Plus, there's no hobby pack on the side. Also with it, I picked out 3 extra packs of it too. But I love opening this stuff up. Just love it. So yeah, full box. I do have 2 more boxes of this coming. One of those is not going to be open though, because it's for my display for my action packed closet for all my action packed stuff, and it's a hobby box. So, but also has 2 toy 8-mins on the front. So this was my display, and then I decided, hey, if I'm getting a better one that's a hobby box, I'll put that away and I'll open up this one because, you know, I love opening stuff up and I hate it sitting there unopened. All right, well, anyway, with this comes quarterback challenge insert, warp speed, which is running backs insert, catching fire, receivers, and then 24 karat gold cards. There's a 42 card set, one in basically every 96 packs. And then they don't say it on here, but there's also a possibility of getting a Braille card too, which is a 12 card set. Notable ones is Barry Sanders is probably the biggest Braille card in there. The rest are, you know, semis. So no Emmitt Smith Braille card, unfortunately. It'd been cool because if it was one, that'd be the only Braille card of Emmitt Smith ever made. But they didn't decide to do that with that card. Okay, oops, sorry. Okay, here we go. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Oh, all right. And so I'm gonna do these 3 packs first. And then we'll get rocking and rolling on it. So I'm not going to display a whole lot of different cards on here. I'll explain what these cards are after I open them up. But I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. If I should do it. Okay, there we go. All right. Well, I'm always hunting for gold cards out of this stuff. We'll see if we'll get any out of this. Okay. All right. That's what the cover looks like. Okay. All right. And this is Tim Brown. This might be a Braille card on top. I don't know. Because Tim Brown, they do make a Braille card. Nope, it's not. All right. Tim Brown. Green. Udums. Jones. Barry Sanders Fantasy Forecast. Nice. That's an insert. 42 card set. That says FF18 on it. We'll put that out there. That's a Barry Sanders card. And the QB Club is Boomer Esiason. Okay. So technically we get 27 packs to open up on this video. And these packs suck because how much trash is made because of this stuff. All right, who we got here? Oh, this is a typical checklist they put in these packs. It's basically for the inserts. Warp speed and catching fire. Where's a QB Club? Okay. All right. So this is one of the 2. There's one for QB Club too. I'm looking for that one. Pingram. Swelling. Brown. Green. Is that a Braille? Nope, it is not. Fantasy Forecast, Irving Fryer, and a quarterback club, Randall Cunningham. No warp speeds and catching fires just yet. There's 20 cards in the quarterback club, 42 in the Fantasy Forecast, and then there's 12 and 10 on the warp speeds and catching fires. Okay, looks like we have a warp speed here in the back. Walker, Bennett, that's not a Braille. Humphreys, Barry Foster. Looks like a Tim Brown Fantasy Forecast and a warp speed Barry Foster. Woo! I always do that when I get a pull warp speed. All right, here we go. So these packs contain foot actions, a different insert in here. It has quarterback challenge, warp speed, catching fires, and fantasy forecast. There should be, yeah, there it is, 24 karat golds, and then you get this exclusive foot action. Basically, it's this card, just not silver or gold. So let's see what we get out of here. Well, that's why I hate about these packs. The card will slide in them. So okay, got Warren Moon on top. Last year with the Oilers. Troy Aikman back-to-back. Sweet. Dooms. Wolford. And here it is. The foot action insert. There's a 12 cards on this. Marcus Allen, Fantasy Forecast. Oh, that's Willie Davis. Willie Davis, Fantasy Forecast. So this is the other... actually, I'm going to put Troy Aikman out here because why not? But anyway, so that's what it looks like without the silver face on it. That's what they did. Just another way to try and entice people to buy this stuff. This is the last year High Pro Marketing owned this stuff, so they're just trying to get rid of their inventory. This is a repeat pack? No way. Warren Moon's right on top. Okay, Warren Moon. Chris Warren. Okay, these are different. Is that Warren Moon Braille? No, it wasn't. Perry. Oh. Fletcher. Troy Aikman foot action. If you look at the background, it's the same, and he's wearing the same jersey. That little flippy in his hair. Oh, that card is kind of bent. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Sterling Sharp, Fantasy Forecast. Okay. Come on, gold cards. Corriette, Kennedy. That's they do make a braille of Kennedy. Johnson, Gilbert. Brett Favre, foot action, and a Fantasy Forecast, Johnny Johnson. Yeah, finding a box with this stuff in it is pretty rare. I shouldn't be opening this up because of how hard it is to find a box of this, because usually you just find it in the packs. But, who gives a rat's ass? Let's have some fun. Marcus Allen, Troy Aikman back to back, Dent, Spielman. All right, Troy Aikman foot action there, and Ricky Waters Fantasy Forecast. I need to see some catching fires and some warp speed. That's what I need to see here. Oh, there's a warp speed on front. Now, if I see that, this might be a gold card. This might be a gold card. It's Barry Sanders. No fucking way! Woo! Oh, baby! No way! Fucking A. Come on, baby. Woo! Barry Sanders, 24 karat gold. Oh my God. It's my third time ever pulling Barry Sanders. Holy shit. Nice. Nice, nice. Let me put it in the top loader. No way. Oh. This is a retail box. Let me get that in a top loader. Oh my goodness. No fucking way. Because I know how retail works. When you have an insert like this or catching fire, if it's on top of the pack underneath one of these, it means it's a gold card. And I had a feeling it might be. And being Barry Sanders, I mean, the two best warp speeds out of here is Emmitt Smith and Barry Sanders. Oh my goodness, what a pull. Let's go, baby. 1 in 96 packs. Oh my goodness, that is huge, guys. Do you know how hard it is to pull these cards? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's go. That's a $100 card right there. The box cost me $50, so I'm glad I got my return on it. O'Neal, Cobb, Wolford. It's kind of like pointless to open up any more of these packs, but I have seen every once in a great while you'll pull 2 gold cards in one box because they were ratioed wrong. You never know. You never know. Wow. I might save one of these packs with a Troy Aikman on the cover, just for fun. Okay, wow. That is awesome. Barry Sanders, 24 karat gold, baby. Woo! All right, Miller. Green, that might be a Braille. No. Smith, that might be a Braille. No, it's not. Moore. QB Club. And Warren Moon, Fantasy Forecast. That is crazy. That is crazy. Wow. Well, I'm glad I opened up this box. That Barry Sanders was sitting in there. Could have been there forever. No freaking way. All right, Potts, Townsend, Green, Childress, Rick Meyer, foot action, and a Brett Favre Fantasy Forecast. Nice. Unreal. Wow. That was definitely the highlight of this box. Woo! You know, I never have high hopes for opening this product up for 24 karat golds just because it's so hard to pull them. And that's just, you know, I was like, yeah, there's probably not going to be one in here. Sure enough, there is. Foster, O'Neal. Speaking of Barry, is that a Braille? Nope, it is not. Just a base card. All right, another Rick Meyer and Troy Aikman Fantasy Forecast. Nice. Rick Meyer foot action. Wow. Crazy. I am so happy to pull that. You don't even know. Harmon, Robinson, Udooms, John Elway, base card, Jim Kelly, and looks like Eric Green Fantasy Forecast. So you got a foot action there. Okay. Wow, that insert has been sitting in there since 1994, over 32 years ago. That card was put in that pack. 32 years ago. Unreal. I could put that up on eBay for $100, and I know I'd get $100 for it because they're so hard to get. I do have one up on eBay because I'm being a smartass that says $800 for one of those. I pulled from a hobby box. Nobody's ever going to buy it, but it's just, you know, being a smartass and showing it off. Davis. Oops, card behind. No. Moore. Green. Swelling. Jim Kelly, foot action. And Calvin Williams, Fantasy Forecast. So this is what those do. Here, I'm going to show you this. So you saw the black dot, right? So that's what these are. Oh, a little longer. I believe there's a question on the back or something, some sort of stat, or I don't know. And then you do this to see. It's supposed to be the heat from your finger, supposed to make it turn clear. "36th pick" is what he is. Okay, that's what it is. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. This is not going to be that complicated. All right. Fryer, Nickerson, Baxter, Sterling Sharp, or Shannon Sharp, John Elway foot action, and John Elway, yeah, and then Jim Kelly fantasy forecast. You're about halfway through this box now. Okay. Woo! What a good box. All right, Leroy Butler, Blades, Kirby, Wolford, John Elway, and Herman Moore. Fantasy forecast. So you get one of those foot actions per pack. Let me save that Troy Aikman there. Okay, O'Neal. The stack's getting pretty big. Cobb, Dooms, Reggie White. Is that a Braille? Nope, it's not, but I'll keep that one. Warren Moon foot action. And looks like another Tim Brown fantasy forecast. What's funny in this 42 card set, right, includes that. The quarterback club, which are silver, there's a full gold parallel of 20 cards. So overall 42 gold cards. So for longest time, I was chasing Warren Moon's gold card. I finally got it. So that's done. Monday Night Football from 94. The only one I'm missing is the silver 9.999 silver. It's Warren Moon. And then 94 All Madden, I'm missing out of the 41 gold cards. I'm missing Sterling Sharp and Terrell Buckley. And then I'll have all the gold cards and silver cards from 94. So I'm missing 3 cards overall. Total, the full run of action packs, all the way through. 3 cards to finish off the master set. So, still hunting those. I think I'll find the silver before I find the 2 Mall Maddens. They're just really hard to get anymore. Potts. Townsend. Baxter. Jerome Bettis. There we go. Alright, so that's Gary Brown, fantasy forecast, and Boomer Esiason, foot action. I can't believe that. That is just, that makes my day. Okay. Anthony Miller, Townsend, Lott, Fletcher, Dan Marino foot action. All right. And Willie Davis, fantasy forecast. I can't believe I have no catching fires yet. That is weird. And that's why I hate retail. They focus on the foot action and the fantasy forecast, and then they keep the other. I see a Michael Irvin on the back. Okay. Ronnie Harmon. Robinson. Moore. Gilbert. Brett Favre. Foot action. And Michael Irvin. Fantasy forecast. What I haven't pulled yet is any of the Emmitt Smiths, Warp Speed, Fantasy Forecast, or base card, or Fantasy Forecast. Yeah. So there's like 4 Emmitts, or is it 3 Emmitts? 3 Emmitts. I haven't pulled yet. But yeah, no catching fires yet. No Warp Speeds really, other than that Barry Foster. Well, accounting the Barry Sanders, of course. There's Jerry Rice. There we go. Take that. Robinson. See if this Phil Simms is a Braille. Nope, it is not. Hostetler. Cunningham. And looks like Mike Pritchard. Fantasy Forecast. Well, we're down to about 4 packs left. Oh. Okay. Irving Fryer. There's a little sticky right there. Irving Fryer. Simmons. Lott. Spellman. Troy Aikman and Brett Favre. That's a good pair. There we go. No, I guess I got more than 4. I had 6 packs plus the extra. God, I got that. Still in amazement. Cox, Jones, Phil Simms, Herman Moore, Hostetler Foot Action, and Eric Green Fantasy Forecast. Okay. Miller, Warren, Hamilton, Barry Sanders, Rick Meyer, and Jerome Bettis in Fantasy Forecast. Oop. I just love this stuff. Just because it's fun. You get all different types of inserts in it. Compared to 93 of this stuff has way more inserts. And they make it so you definitely cannot get a full set out of this. Build a full set out of one box. Simmons, Hamilton, Tim Brown, Steve Young, Quarterback Challenge, and John Elway, Fantasy Forecast. Nice. Okay. Warren Moon. I believe they make a Warren Moon Braille. It's been a while since I've seen any, so I don't remember. Perry, Reggie White. Excuse me. Moon and Michael Jackson. All right. I'm debating on this last pack, not this one, the one after this, if I'm going to open it or not. I'm going to keep it as is because it's a Troy Aikman pack on the cover. I know there's not any gold cards more in here, so. All right. Givens, Chris Warren, Boomer Esiason, Jerome Bettis. No Emmets in this stuff. Wow. Fantasy Forecast. Ernest Givens. Foot Action. Boomer Esiason. Alright, guys. Well, I think I'm going to save this pack as is because Troy's on it. Yeah, I'm going to save that pack. I'm not going to open it up. Because it's kind of a, cool thing to have. I'm a Cowboys fan, so. But, yeah, for sure. Well, guys, what a box. What a freaking box. G32. Wow. That's amazing. This is only warp speed I got, and I got no catching fire inserts. Crazy. That's why I hate fucking retail. But I love it today because of this card. Barry Sanders 24 karat gold. So imagine this. if you're looking for this one particular card, right, and there's 42 cards in this gold cards in the set, and they're 1 in 96 packs, so basically 1 in 4 boxes, you would have to go through probably 4 cases maybe, or something like that. No, probably 10 cases to pull this one card. I mean, there's also an Emmett, which is really big, and you got the, you know, Michael Irvin and the Jerry Rice. But let's just say you're just looking for this Barry Sanders. You're going to go through 10 cases, maybe a little more, to get this one card. That's how hard they are to get those. And they're so undervalued in the Beckett. That's what I'll get. It's $50 in the Beckett. Seriously. And it's like, do you guys understand how hard it is to get that one particular card? Or any gold card. So if you're looking for a Dan Marino quarterback club, it's over 10 cases you have to go through if it's ratioed perfectly to get that one card. So these gold cards are really hard to get. Anyway. Well, it's just me talking here on a channel. You know, what do I know? Does anybody really care? What I do, because I mean, I was surprised when I got that. All right, guys. Well, thanks for stopping by and checking out my video. This is 22 Emmett Zone 22. Please like and subscribe and check out my other videos. I do have. I'm gonna do a video with 94 and a 94 regular and a 94 hobby Monday Night Football, which is this stuff right over here. Where that Emmett's at. I'm going to do that both in one video. Should be here probably by next week. And I'm going to do those together because I'm still hunting Warren Moon's silver card. So, you know. And plus there's some Emmett base cards in there. Probably 2 to 3 in there. So I still need those for my binders. So, all right, guys. Well, have a great one. Stay safe out there. Peace!